y4 from the difference table and the computed value u into this equation, we can find y of 22 to be equal to 22.84. That is, the amount of chemical dissolved in 22 degrees centigrade is 22.84 units. We have computed this example using both Newton's forward difference interpolation method as well as Newton's backward difference interpolation method and found out the values. For the very same example, we have found that the value obtained for the amount of chemical dissolved when we use forward difference or backward difference remains approximately the same. This indicates that whenever the point x, which is an untabulated point, needs to be interpolated and this x lies in the center of the table, you may either use forward difference or backward difference, because by using each of these methods, you would still achieve approximately the same result.
Now let's discuss Lagrange's interpolation. Newton's forward and backward interpolation, which we have discussed, is applicable only for equispaced points. What happens when we are having unequispaced points? Hence the introduction to Lagrange's interpolation. Now, Lagrange's interpolation can be applied for equispaced as well as unequispaced values. And Lagrange's interpolation can also be used to find the value of x corresponding to a given value of y. This process of finding the value of x corresponding to a given value of y given is called inverse interpolation. Now, for a table with 3 points, suppose we are having x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Lagrange's interpolating polynomial will take the following form. Y at x is equal to y1 into x minus x2 into x minus x3 divided by x1 minus x2 x1 minus x3 plus y2 x minus x1 x minus x3 divided by x2 minus x1 x2 minus x3 plus y3 x minus x1 x minus x2 divided by x3 minus x1 x3 minus x2. Since the table consists of only 3 points, tabulated points, we are having 3 terms in Lagrange's polynomial.
Let us now consider a table of 4 points given as x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 and x4, y4. In such a case, Lagrange's interpolation polynomial will now take the form y of x is equal to y1 into x minus x2, x minus x3, x minus x4 divided by x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3, x1 minus x4 plus y2 into x minus x1, x minus x3, x minus x4 divided by x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3, x2 minus x4 plus y3 into x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x4 divided by x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2, x3 minus x4 plus y4 into x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3 divided by x4 minus x1, x4 minus x2, x4 minus x3. We can notice from here that since we have considered a table of 4 points, there are 4 terms in the Lagrangian interpolating polynomial. Now for a table of n points, let us generalize that we have got n tabulated points x1, y1, x2, y2, so on and so forth to xn, yn. In that case, the general form of Lagrangian interpolating polynomial will take the form y of x is equal to summation yi, where I is equal to 1 to n, product of x minus xj upon xi minus xj, where j is equal to 1 to n and j is not equal to I. Why do we consider that j should not be equal to I? We can notice from this general form that in the denominator we have got the term xi minus xj. If j is equal to 1, then it would become xi minus xi, which would be equal to 0, and division by 0 would be encountered. In order to eliminate this error, we say that when we have the product x minus xj upon xi minus xj, j running from 1 to n, then the value of j will never be equal to I.
Examples. Now let us take an example for Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. First let us take how to find an polynomial from a given set of tabular points. Using the following data, find fx as a polynomial in x and hence find f of minus 1. We are given a set of tabular points. 3 tabular points are given to us. For 3 tabular points, Lagrange's interpolating polynomial will take the following form, which will have 3 terms. Y of x is equal to y1, x minus x2, x minus x3 divided by x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3 plus the second term y2, x minus x1, x minus x3 divided by x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3 plus the third term y3, x minus x1, x minus x2 divided by x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2. Substituting the values of x1, x2, x3 and y1, y2, y3 in Lagrange's interpolating form, we get the polynomial f of x is equal to 7x square minus 5x plus 2. Now we have to compute the value of y corresponding to x equal to minus 1. So in this equation f of x equal to 7x square minus 5x plus 2, substitute x equal to minus 1. Hence we get f at minus 1 is equal to 14. Now we can see from this particular example that if we are having a table consisting of 3 tabular points, we will get a polynomial of degree 2. Similarly, if we have a table consisting of 4 tabular points, we have a polynomial of degree 3. In general, if we have a table consisting of n points, we will have a polynomial of degree n minus 1.
Let us now have a look at another example. The following table gives the viscosity of an oil as a function of temperature. The temperatures recorded are 110, 130, 160 and 190 degrees centigrade. The corresponding viscosity is also given to us. We are supposed to find the viscosity of the oil at a temperature of 145 degrees centigrade. Since we have got 4 points, our Lagrangian interpolating polynomial shall take the following form comprising of 4 terms. That is, y of x is given by y1 into x minus x2 into x minus x3 into x minus x4 upon x1 minus x2 into x1 minus x3 into x1 minus x4 plus the second term y2 multiplied by x minus x1, x minus x3, x minus x4 divided by x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3, x2 minus x4 plus the third term y3 into x minus x1 into x minus x2 into x minus x4 divided by x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2 into x3 minus x4 plus the fourth term y4 into x minus x1 into x minus x2 into x minus x3 upon x4 minus x1 into x4 minus x2 into x4 minus x3. On substituting the values of x, which is 145, the values of y1, y2, y3, y4, x1, x2, x3 and x4 in the above equation, we can on simplification get the value of y145 equal to 6.6, That is, the viscosity of the oil at 145 degrees centigrade is 6.6. Lagrange's inverse interpolation. Just as we have studied about Lagrange's interpolation, which is a relation between the variables x and y, we can now interchange x with y and y with x, assuming that x and y is simply a relationship. This exchange or interchanging of x with y and y with x actually facilitates inverse interpolation, wherein instead of x being the independent variable here, x is the dependent variable and y is the independent variable. Then in that case, Lagrange's formula can now be rewritten as x of y is equal to summation xi, where I is equal to 1 to n, and product of y minus yj upon yi minus yj, where j is equal to 1 to n and j is not equal to I. You can see from this equation that our Lagrange's interpolation polynomial has simply been rewritten by interchanging x with y and y with x. Let us consider the form of Lagrange's inverse interpolation for 4 tabulated points. Since we have got 4 tabulated points, we would be having 4 terms in the interpolating polynomial. That is, x of y is now equal to x1 into y minus y2, y minus y3, y minus y4 divided by y1 minus y2, y1 minus y3, y1 minus y4 plus x2 into y minus y1, y minus y3, y minus y4 divided by y2 minus y1, y2 minus y3, y2 minus y4 plus x3 into y minus y1, y minus y2, y minus y4 divided by y3 minus y1, y3 minus y2, y3 minus y4 plus x4 into y minus y1, y minus y2, y minus y3 divided by y4 minus y1, y4 minus y2 and y4 minus y3. We have seen that there are 4 terms in the interpolating polynomial.
Let us take an example to see inverse interpolation using Lagrange. Given f of 30 is equal to minus 30, f of 34 is equal to minus 13, f of 38 is equal to 3 and f of 42 is equal to 18. Our question is to find a root of the equation f of x equal to 0. Now, representing the given data in tabular form, we take x as 30, 34, 38 and 42. The corresponding value of y is minus 30, minus 13, 3 and 18. First, let us understand what do we mean by root of the function fx equal to 0. Finding a root of this equation means to find the value of x for which y is 0. So, we are already given the y value is 0 and corresponding to that y value 0, we have to find the corresponding value of x. Hence, this is an example where we are using inverse interpolation. Now, Lagrange's inverse interpolating polynomial takes the form for 4 points as x of y is equal to x1 into y minus y2, y minus y3, y minus y4 divided by y1 minus y2, y1 minus y3, y1 minus y4 as the first term. The second term would be x2, y minus y1, y minus y3, y minus y4 dividing by y2 minus y1, y2 minus y3, y2 minus y4. The corresponding third term x3, y minus y1, y minus y2, y minus y4 divided by y3 minus y1, y3 minus y2, y3 minus y4, and the fourth term x4, y minus y1, y minus y2, y minus y3 divided by y4 minus y1, y4 minus y2, y4 minus y3. Now, substituting the values of x1, x2, x3, x4 and y1, y2, y3 and y4 and the value of y to be 0 in Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula, we get x at y is equal to 0 is 37.23. That is, the root of the equation f of x is equal to 0 is 37.23.
But there are certain limitations of Lagrange's interpolation method as well as Lagrange's inverse interpolation methods. What are the limitations? Basically, the calculations become tedious and time consuming for data points greater than 4. As we have already seen, for a set of 3 data points and for a set of 4 data points, we had 3 terms as well as 4 terms respectively in the interpolating polynomial, and each of the term was a sum of product of x and y. Thus, if the number of points keep on increasing greater than 4, 5, 6 and n points, the term itself becomes a larger term, and which will be a combination of the product of y's or the product of x values and to be multiplied by the corresponding x or the y values depending upon interpolation or inverse interpolation method that is applied. So this particular process becomes more time consuming and very tedious. Moreover, this interpolating polynomial needs to be recomputed for every additional data point that is added to the table. That is, if you have an interpolating polynomial for a table of 3 points, the same interpolating polynomial cannot be applied to a table having 4 points. We will have to reconstruct the entire Lagrange's interpolating polynomial for the set of 4 points. Similarly, for any additional number, say 5 points, you have to reconstruct the entire polynomial, and thus this becomes a cumbersome task. In order to avoid these limitations, we have Newton's divided difference interpolation method, which is again used for unequispaced or unequidistant points. This particular method is applied for unequispaced xi values and also is a convenient method for data points that are greater than 4, because the basic limitation of Lagrange's method